Hello, Salado Youth and Salado Youth families. Hope that you are doing well wherever you are and whenever you are watching this video. So, if I were to ask you, what symbol would you see in a building that would clue you in that this is a Christian worship space? What would that symbol be? Hopefully, right now, you're thinking a cross. Every denomination of Christianity, from Catholic to Protestant to Orthodox, all use crosses fairly prominently in their churches, on a steeple, on the altar. For example, here is our cross from the Yak that you will see. If you come to worship in our sanctuaries, you will see a cross similar to this one. Many Christians wear a cross around their neck, usually something gold or silver, like the one that I have here. It's a common symbol of the Christian faith, and we're used to seeing it. And they're always beautiful and shiny and made of gold or pretty wood or something like that. And it sometimes, I think, takes away a little bit of the sting of what the cross is really about. As a symbol of Roman execution, we don't want to think about that. We want a pretty cross, right? We want something beautiful. Who wants a bloody, disgusting cross hanging around their neck? So in today's narrative, when Mark, for the first time, mentions the cross and the suffering and the death of Jesus, the disciples are rightly confused. They've been following this guy that they think is the Messiah. They've seen him preach, they've seen him teach, they've seen him heal people and do all these amazing things. And now he begins to teach them and tell them that he's going to suffer and he's going to die and he's going to rise again. And they don't have any way to put this in context. So, of course, Peter has to pull Jesus aside and tell him, I don't think so. This is not what we should be doing. You're going to mess this all up. And Jesus rightly recognizes the voice of the tempter that he just faced in the desert, who kept trying to pull him away from his destiny. That voice of temptation tempting him again and again to give up on his mission, to be that powerful leader. And so he tells him, get behind me, Satan. What a horrible thing to say to your friend, right? At this point, Peter is Jesus's friend. And he has to turn around and tell him this because he recognizes you're not focused on what God wants, you're focused on what people want. Because what person doesn't want more wealth and power and influence? And I think if we really ponder what we think about God, we probably fall into that trap just as much as Peter did. To think of our God as powerful and mighty, and he's going to save us from everything, and everything's going to be great, and it's going to be all right. And we want to skip to that. And we skip right over the pain and suffering that have to be gone through. And that's what Lent really tries to teach us, is that often in the Christian life, you don't get to the amazing stuff without the suffering. And that's tough. We don't want to do that. So how about our friends? Are our friends the ones that when they see us suffering, they try to pull us aside from our destiny, try to tempt us into a way that we know is not necessarily right, but it seems easy and successful and amazing? Or are our friends willing to just be there with us and walk us through the paths that we have to take, even though they may not be easy? Just something to think about. My favorite cross happens to be this one. Now, like many of you, I was raised to not really have a crucifix in my house because we were taught that Jesus is not on the cross anymore. But I really love this particular crucifix because it shows the suffering of Jesus and that in that suffering, God is there. And I think that is the message that Jesus is trying to get to us here. He came that we could have life that was amazing and abundant, but that life is not found through the ways that the world wants us to find it. It's not through wealth and influence and power and having a big home and being thought of as amazing by all the right people. It's about a path of suffering, of death, of giving up things that we want in order to live in the kingdom, in order to help God bring his kingdom to life in the earth and to renew our world. And that's going to cause us some suffering as people. We have to take up that cross. So I pray that you will find ways that you can do that more. Find people you can surround yourself with that will be with you in that journey, that will help you to find where God is at work in your life and to bring that out in your life more and more each day. Thank you for listening today. Hope this word has blessed you. We will see you soon.